Hey guys, this is Steph at Learn 2.0, my new YouTube channel for teachers, bloggers, artists, all that stuff. I just decided to set up an introductory vlog for you guys today, but I wanted to do it in the live stream format and just talk about some stuff and show you guys what I'm working on. So today I am looking at, well, basically everything. I'm doing a really good job of ignoring all of the house cleaning that I need to do. You guys can kind of see my house in the frame. I'm sure you can tell a little bit that, like, I have knitting supplies everywhere, and that's an old typewriter that needs to get repaired. But today, for Learn 2.0, I am working on something really interesting. I saw Peter Draws do this. He is an artist and also a YouTuber, and it's Elian Script. So if you haven't seen that before, one of my friends mentioned that it looks a little bit like Pigpen. Let's see if we can get it to focus here. Elian Script. So you have these grids where you use English letters and you follow different sets of rules for the lines. So instead of an A looking like an A, you can see here that the script is imitating, let's see here, these corners here. So you have a little square top, a little square bottom, and here you have a little square top and a little square bottom, or rather a straight line bottom. So this is our first grid over here, and it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G, H, I. And then you have another grid here with J through R, and then another grid here that has S through Z. There's one little space that's blank there, so I just like to put in a heart for fun. for fun and love. Over here is where I've tried to write my name, and then that says Elian in Elian Script, and I tried the little deviation that Peter showed with the sort of incomplete box to look like a P. But the first line just uses those basic grid patterns. And then the second line, or you could say box set, that has J through R, uses this second step here. I'm sure you can see here from my very, very messy notebook that means that one line on each one of these little individual squares is going to be 2 times longer. So there are multiple variations for the things, for the lines that can be longer. It doesn't really matter. It can be the bottom line, the top line, or the side line. It can be any line. It just has to be 2 times longer. And then for this third little box or pen set here that has S through Y, you do another, let's see here, another slight variation. So you add a dot to the end of any line. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, pretty rad. So how is this a 2.0 tool? How is this something that can be applied with pedagogy in a classroom setting? That answer is a lot less complicated than you might think. So when you're dealing with ESL speakers, ESL language learners in particular, one of the staples is making sure that you know the alphabet. Anytime you learn another language, that's oftentimes the first thing that you learn. So in order to reinforce the alphabet that ESL learners are contacted with, their first experience in their new language, and sort of to reinforce that, you can use teaching Elian Script as a tool. So, in essence, they're thinking in their head about each individual letter as they write it. Even native English speakers like me have to think a lot when they write with Elian. And that's just because the patterns are different. The lines are different. We expect something different. We expect language structure to look different. The difference between just having students write in the alphabet over and over and over again when you're teaching ESL versus doing something like this is pretty drastic. So there are associations, thoughts, feelings that your ESL learners might have when interacting with the English language. And that's totally an aesthetic thing. Language bias based on the actual look of the words. And so how your ESL students feel about using the English language to communicate their ideas, their innovations, anything, is really going to depend, that openness is really going to depend on how they've seen the English language used in the past, in previous texts. Whether that's in advertising in their home country, whether that is poetry, whether it's media, it's all going to have some kind of impact on your ESL speaker's perception of the language. Most people are already aware that English has this sort of negative connotation throughout the world. Maybe negative is a little bit strong. Most people have an idea that it's linked to commercial interests, to U.S. interests, to advertising, and it's fundamental in a lot of corporate enterprises throughout the world. So English has spread, excuse me, relatively globally in quote-unquote developed countries. So, again, taking it back to your individual students, their level of comfortability with the language really depends on their associations with that language. So, excuse me, I just need a little drink of water. Okay, so when we talk about aesthetics, and like cultural aesthetics, different things like that, and ESL classrooms, one thing we can do to disrupt that disconnect that I was talking about before between language and associations with corporations or maybe personal feelings towards a language is we can remove the lens that we are currently viewing it from. So, oh geez. Okay, so what we're basically doing is using the format of the English language. We're using the same letters, but we're changing that visual association that students might have with a particular language character set. So, like I was saying before, you have the ability to construct words, you have the ability to construct sentences, excuse me again, my name here and then Elian here, as you can see. And you can see that, again, I've sort of mirrored what Peter has done in his art video, which is nesting and layering specific characters to suit my aesthetic. I would say that his aesthetic is even more beautiful. But that shows you just how customizable and just how personal a script like Elian can be. And that might not necessarily be true in the case for a other language learning activities, other languages, but I think that it works pretty well for English. I'll have to try it out in the classroom sometime and see. I also wonder if using some other type of code or cipher is helpful in learning English language. I remember being in school and as I mentioned before, my friend said he remembers using Pigpen, which is some other type of code. And I can't quite remember if we were taught that in school or if that was something that I learned while I was homeschooled or maybe from a book. I know that I'm like a weird geeky magician fan, so maybe I ran into it somewhere in magic. But I don't think so. I think that I probably encountered it in school. If so, I would say that that proves my hypothesis. You know, it's probably pretty good for learning English, getting people connected to the language itself. So that's what I'm working on today, right now. I'm also live streaming this because, like I said, I'm putting off cleaning my house. And I think I'm getting sick. Ugh. But it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to come here on YouTube or Twitch or whatever and just sort of talk, even if nobody's watching. Yeah. So, we'll see here. We'll take a quick look at what all these metric thingies look like. Looks like one person is watching on Twitch, which is probably right.
You lovely people.
Whoa! I'm so much smaller now. All right. Okay. Cool. So, instead of me just talking about editing this stream while I do it, why don't I talk a little bit about what I expect to do here in the future. So, I love the idea of Learn 2.0. It makes me really, really, really happy. To be perfectly honest, let me just take a break from fiddling with all that stuff. To be perfectly honest, I don't know of any educators that do streams at all. I've never seen a teacher on Twitch. I've never seen a teacher doing live broadcasts on YouTube. I don't think I've even seen a student do live streams before. I mean, I think people that are on Twitch are students, but I don't think they do streams as students in terms of questioning things or talking about news or talking about education. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We will just have to see. Posted on Upwork recently, which is pretty cool. I just want to see my Facebook page. It's so lame. What was I saying? I posted on Upwork recently, and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed that experience a lot. What am I looking for? Here is that window that I was talking about. Peter draws. It's weird that I'm giving like shout outs to other people even though I ain't got no name yet. I don't have any name. I'm not like anybody, but this dude is legit. I think he is super cool. It's got a good thing going on, man. That is capturing the wrong window for you. I'm very sorry. Maybe if I pull it up like that. Nope, it just wants that one. Let me take that off real quick. I'm just gonna add a new window capture. Cool. Yeah, this is that guy I was talking about. It's a pretty cool dude. Inception. Oh, I messed this up. I just need to move. I need to move my layer back to the top. Yeah. Give me some of that webcam. All right. Yeah, we did it. Okay, cool. That's pretty interesting. It's like a learn as you go type thing. You like that? But yeah, I got super legit, super cool. Does good artwork. Says cool things. I also like searching YouTube for visit. I'm just gonna say chill music. Recently on YouTube, there's been a lot of music streams, live music streams, like this one right here. It's lo-fi hip-hop radio. Awesome. It's sad that there's that whole revenue thing going on right now. So maybe these streamers won't make as much money. But luckily I'm not in it for the money. I'm just hanging out here. And I'll leave that right there for now. And just chat with you guys. These are all these artists that are playing are being displayed right there. Off of SoundCloud. So yeah, neglecting my housework. That's mostly what I'm up to. And talking about Elian, which is pretty legit. I like that idea of teaching students to use language, but somehow make it their own, and to do that in a way that they can really see, like artistically, creatively, intuitively. That makes me think that they'll learn faster. I bet. The only downside that I can see to using Elian is that it takes a long time. It takes a long time to write. Because it's complicated, right? You're following like a chart to write stuff. Let's see. What can I write? Let's write stream. I'm into it. Okay. Just for funsies. So we got. Let me see if I can do it like this. Nah, I can't. My webcam is the one that's attached to my PC right now, so it's not amazing. I wish I had an above, you know those things? Those above captures that capture down? That would be really helpful. For now, I'm just drawing. We got S, T, M. Ooh, I like that. Look at that. That's the one I just wrote. It says stream. Yeah. I probably should have put that top dot down here. You can put the dots wherever you want. You just have to balance them out, make them look artistic. Make sure that they can't get confused with any other lines that they connect together. I'm sorry, the dots don't connect together. The appropriate dots are connected to the appropriate lines. That's the only thing that you have to double check. But I'm gonna fill this out a little more. Make it look cool. Rad. Super rad. Great. So I just boldened up those lines a little bit. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Okay, so we got that. That is totally cool. And let me try to bring this window capture down a little bit. And I gotta get out of this full mode. Nice. Cool. So we got that window capture going on. That's pretty rad. And now I'm gonna make another capture of this study that I was looking at. So let's go ahead and put that up here right now. So this is a study that I'm looking at. Ooh, shoot. And it talks about how to improve TPAC in pre-service English language teachers. Presumably, there you go. That looks quite good, doesn't it? Presumably also there we go. Classrooms. There we go. Okay, cool. TPAC scores of male and female pre-service language teachers. If you don't know what TPAC is, it's, oh gosh, technological, pedagogical content knowledge. Technological, pedagogical, oh my gosh, technological, pedagogical, what is the A? Achievement? Technological, pedagogical content knowledge. Technological, pedagogical content knowledge. Attitudes, maybe? No, that's just it. Oh my gosh. Technological, pedagogical content knowledge. That's really hard to say. But basically, those scores of pre-service English language teachers. Okay. Oh, I already downloaded the full text, but I clicked away. Just making sure these are the same. Okay, cool. They are. So in this study, it shows that the subcategories of the TPAC scale, so each individual part, technology, pedagogy, content, and knowledge. So the overall everything to do with those subcategories increase in teachers who use technology in their classrooms. That's pretty cool. That means that them putting technology in their classrooms improves their ability to use pedagogy, to improve their content, and to not only improve their students' learning, but to also increase their own knowledge of the particular subject that they teach. In this case, English. That's crazy cool. I think that's awesome. That means technology makes learning easier for pretty much everybody. There we go. Oops. They have different applications of the technologies that you can use for classrooms here. They have internet, Facebook, Twitter, Skype, YouTube, email, chat, blogs, online dictionaries, PowerPoint. I love this. Some useful websites. I don't know what that means. Authentic materials. Pen pals. I think they mean pen pals. I think that's just one L that's supposed to be there. Right? Pen pals? Okay. Videos, movies, visuals, games, animations, materials and worksheets, smartphones, interactive boards, recorders, tablets. It's weird that they're including brands here, like Facebook, Twitter, Skype, YouTube, email, but no one's talking about live streaming. Maybe that's the same as in, like, classes that are fully online. Maybe that counts as streaming. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we have so many here. Facebook, Skype, chatting, YouTube, blogs. You can put the brand here, but they don't put Twitch, which is interesting. Or other sites that I know that do streaming, like what is it? Oh gosh, it starts with a P. Pro something. Patreon. That's what I was gonna say, Patreon. I've seen people do videos for Patreon, stuff like that, non-profit stuff. Interesting. So many references. Oh man. Look at all that. Bananas. This type of stuff always really impresses me. When people are able to compile so much research and do science on language and learning. It's awesome. Every time it's awesome. Cool. So I guess since we're chatting, or we're on this format, we're warming up and brainstorming. I guess that's true. I've been brainstorming about Elian. Using Elian in classrooms to help people learn better. Let me see if I can find... This is the study that I wanted to look closer at. Cross-language activation in same script and different script trilinguals. Okay, so we have cross-language activation in same script and different script trilinguals. So we have same script and different script. So let's say that, oh, sorry, they're promoting family friendly. Ah, okay. I'm gonna find a new music channel really quick just for you guys, because I'm super family friendly. Let's try this one. There we go. Okay. So we were looking at this site here that says improving technological pedagogical. I can never pronounce that word ever. It drives me bananas. It's too hard. Somebody make this thing easier, please. Easier to understand. Just kidding. I'm gonna learn how to understand it. Okay. Cross-language activation in same script and different script trilinguals. So, cross-language activation. I want to know what that really means. Same script and different script trilinguals. Okay. So if we're teaching this new script, this code, to ESL students, that's a new script. If I was fluent in Elian, there's no pronunciations. But I think that that would count me as being a different script trilingual. You might not be able to use it to get hired or communicate with a lot of people, but I think for the intents and purposes of your own brain, that could work. Same script. Let's say I was same script bilingual. Spanish speakers, there's tons of them where I am. I lived in California and now I'm in Texas. So I'm super familiar with people who speak Spanish. And I know that in a lot of ESL classes across the United States, Spanish is one of the major languages. So let's just say we have Spanish and we have English. Those are written in the same script. We use the same, essentially, 24 characters for both. I mean, Spanish has the little tildes and accent marks, but for the most part, English readers can also read Spanish, even if they don't know what they're saying. So, what if we turned students in our classrooms, in our ESL classrooms, from same script bilinguals to different script trilinguals? that this article seems to imply that if that happens, some sort of cross-language activation will take place. I want to know if that's good or not. So that's what I'm going to look for in this article. Use this bolded here. We found Calmate Facilitation in the same script trilinguals across all languages. Although with patterns modulated by the trilinguals, okay, their immersion status, okay, so how long they've been speaking, or if other people speak around them, and proficiency, how long they've been speaking, and how accurately they speak it. Okay? And that corroborates and extends earlier findings in bilingual adults and children. Okay. Okay, so Calmate facilitation is something that happens in any trilingual, same script trilingual. Okay, cool. So let's say you spoke English, Spanish, and I don't know. Probably something with the Romanized alphabet, so let's say Latin. Right? Latin uses English letters? I think it does. I'm sure there's one, but we have romanizations for lots of things. So I'm just going to say Latin uses the Roman language, the same as English and Spanish. Somebody that speaks or learns Latin, if they are equally submerged in that language, then they will be facilitated cognitively to do their work. Cool. Basically, you're going to do better focusing on language if you're focusing a lot on language. Does that make sense? It's sort of circular, but if you are aware and continuously practicing multiple languages, your own individual skill in each will be higher. That's cool. I think that's what this study is saying. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it's saying. And it also says that when you have different script trilinguals, those same effects, those same cognate effects, that same cognate facilitation takes place in different script trilinguals. When the pictures had cognate names in all three languages. Okay, so basically in this study they took people that took three languages in all the same script, all three in the same script, and then ones with different kinds of script, so maybe two are the same and one is different, and they saw how well they were able to perform identifying images. That seems like a pretty cool study. I like it. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, that we're using Elian in our classroom with students who speak both Spanish and English. We've made them different script trilinguals. In the context of the class, they're able to experience full immersion in that new language. Which can help them identify, name, learn what objects are better, how to recognize objects better. I would say probably how to express emotions better. That's really neat. I like that. I should move this layer down. I like to, oh, never mind, I won't do that. I like to see the little anime lady working away on some stuff. Cool. I hope you guys could kind of see that. I'm winging it on the OBS software right now because, quite frankly, like I said, I don't know of any teachers or students who stream. So, set the bar low, you know. But those are my thoughts so far on Elian, on multiple languages within the classroom, on things to do as an ESL teacher. Let me just go ahead and, since you guys are also my test stream, I'm just going to go ahead and go through very briefly I'm gonna chickadee check out some of these stats here. Am I still capturing? Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check out some of these little stat things. I'm gonna see where everybody's at. We're gonna get really meta, and I'm gonna try not to blow you guys' minds with the spectrum and spectrum thing. Channel. Calm music is really nice to listen to, for sure. Oh, look at that! Oh, I gotta mute me. That hurts my brain to look at. Cool. So it says here that I have had 77 total views. That's pretty freaking cool. I can't hear my music. I don't think Twitch and YouTube are very happy working together on my bandwidth. Yeah, look at that. Look at that inception. That's beautiful. Oh, look, we got one live viewer. That's pretty cool. I think it's me. But this is my old stream channel. I was doing music stream content. Don't mind me. Yeah. Oh, there we go. My music's back on. I'm going to take you away from that awful, awful page now. Okay. So that is what I've been working on. That's my stream. So we're doing teaching stuff, we're doing streaming stuff, we're doing both at the same time. So thank you guys for taking the time to learn with me. It's super awesome to be able to just start generating content, sharing stuff, sharing how I learn and how to help other people learn. I think that's really cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream here today. I think I've said all the things that I wanted to say. I'll catch you guys later. Can somebody edit that out in post?